So we are making labels for some quilts that just got finished, and I wanted to talk about how I get a really straight, consistent label. Okay, so I have embroidered this onto a piece of fabric. I'm going to use just a standard ruler, and I'm going to decide what size I want my label to be. I tend to like to have about an inch of fabric around the outside of my words. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find a spot on my ruler that's easy to identify about an inch away and still make a consistent shape. Okay, so if I measure my label, it is 3.5 inches tall by 6.5 wide. So I'm going to make my label be about an inch extra on all 4 sides. And I like to make it an even number because it just makes measuring simpler. So if I move my ruler here where I have an inch above my words and an inch to the right, that will give me a label that finishes 5.5 by roughly 8.5. So we're just going to cut 2 sides. I'm going to turn my entire label around. And since my ruler holds it in place, I can just turn the whole ruler. Then I'm going to cut my second side. I'm going to add an inch to the bottom and the right this time, but I'm still going to line up the lines on my ruler so that I know that the whole thing is square and straight. If I were to just, especially when you have embroidery and embroidery kind of shifts a little bit, if I were to just add an inch all the way around without taking into account the 2 sides I already cut, it wouldn't necessarily be straight. So now I've got my other 2 sides, so I'll cut these 2 sides. Now when I stitched my label, I put a fusible tearaway interfacing on the back. I used power mesh because that's kind of my go-to stabilizer, but I used a fusible cutaway underneath. Now I have a non-fusible version. You can use fusible or non-fusible for this. It just depends on how you want to affix this to your quilt. So I'm going to cut a piece of my embroidery stabilizer the same size as my label. My label is 8.5 by 5.5. So we're going to cut a piece of stabilizer the same size. I'm actually making 2 labels that are exactly the same because I made 2 of these quilts. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut both of them at the same time. So I want to make sure that this piece is just as straight as my label was. So I'm going to cut a 5.5 inch strip. Let's save the rest for later. I've cut this a little bit bigger than my 5.5, so I can come back and square that up. Then my other direction was 8.5. So since I'm going to cut 2 at a time, I can line up, trim off. You always want to trim off your tiny pieces because those might not be straight. Quilting is all about accuracy, so you want to make sure that every piece of fabric you use is cleanly cut on all 4 sides. So there's my 8.5 line. So now I have a piece of stabilizer that's the same size as my label. So now I can just join these together. If I were using a fusible interfacing, I would put the fusible side face to face with my label, because then when I turn it inside out, I can adhere it to my quilt. Okay, I'm going to show you 2 ways. I made a label previously that was a fusible interfacing, and we're going to show you that, and then we're going to show you how you can put this on the quilt too. Okay, so I'm going to take this to my machine. I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way around. Now when I'm at my machine, I'm going to use my 1/4 inch piecing foot and my pivot function because I like my machine to do my work for me. So we are going to line up the edge of our stabilizer and stitch a 1/4 inch all the way around. You don't need to leave a space for turning. The reason I like my 1/4 inch piecing foot is not only does it have a guide to show my 1/4 inch on the right, but these little markings on here, see that little marking right there? That tells me that that little marking is a 1/4 inch away from my needle. So I can sew right to that edge and see that little crease right there in my foot is lined up with my fabric. Now when I turn this, my guide is also back at a 1/4 inch. There's little notches behind here too. That notch right there shows you a 1/4 inch behind your needle. That's really handy when you're mitering. So now we have stitched a 1/4 inch all the way around our label. So now we're back at our cutting table. I'm going to use some very sharp scissors and just snip the corners off. I don't want to get really close to my stitching. I'm separating about halfway from my stitching line to the edge of my fabric to cut the edges off. Now I'm going to pinch my stabilizer and pull it away from my label. Pull it away like that. So you make a little sort of tent, right? This just sort of pops up. Take your scissors and just snip a line in it. I hate turning things inside out, so I always try to make this process as simple as easy on myself as possible, so I make the slit pretty wide. You can get right up to the edge of your stitching. I usually leave it about 1 inch or so away because that's more than enough room for me to do what I want. Then I'm going to use my precision turning tool, my absolute favorite turning tool ever. And I'm going to turn this right way out. So I'm going to take my thumb, put it up in that corner, pinch it, and turn it. I'm going to do that with all 4 corners. And it looks a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. So the reason I like this turning tool is because that sort of bulbous end, I can get up in those corners and really push in the corners and they won't rip. Okay, so see when I turn that knobbed top, I can really roll it and that makes for a really nice edge. So what I do is I'll poke it out and get it mostly there, then I'll put the top in there and turn it. I can also use that point and pre-press everything by running the smaller end along all of my seams. So think of this as like finger pressing from the inside out. So do you see how already just in this prepping, I haven't even pressed it yet and it's already very square? That's what we're going for. Now we're gonna get this in its final stage. So now we're at our ironing board, and because we used that tool, this already lays pretty flat, but I want to not only make it crispier and flatter, I want this edge over here to be very, very sharp. Because I'm going to hand stitch this onto my quilt, I want to have an edge that's very easy to stitch through with my very small stitches, which we're going to do in a second. So I'm going to press this with steam, right? So now that point right there isn't quite sharp enough for me, so we're going to go and fix it. So now that we've pressed things, that's not on par for me. So I'm going to take my turning tool again, and now that it's warm, I'm going to push on that just a little bit more, and that'll get that to be crispier. And that might be because I just didn't cut enough of the fabric away in the corners, so I had to kind of press it into submission. But now, get the nice square label I have. Okay, now we're going to sew a label on a quilt.